In days of old, with a rather strange perspective on things, apparently the centre of Bristol looked like this. In the second half of the 19th century, the course of the River Frome, which runs right through the centre of the city, was, in stages, covered. And by the 1950s, the centre had become how I first remember it, a giant, grassed-over roundabout, with flower beds, rows of telephone boxes, and a large public toilet block. In the late 1990s, the construction of a new-look city centre for a new millennium, with a changed traffic layout and more pedestrian and bicycle access. Neptune was moved back from the bridgehead, and we had wooden masts and sails, and fountains. The masts and sail structure was dismantled after a few years as it became rather dangerous, but the fountains continued to gush. Well, more of a spurt, really. Unless they occasionally became a sea of bubbles with the drunken addition of packets of washing powder. In 2017, more changes. Splitting the city centre into 3 separate areas. In front of the old electricity house and the cenotaph, a new restricted road layout with more landscaping and space to walk and skateboard. And at the far end of this area, the statue of the controversial philanthropist Edward Colston. It had been there since 1895, but in June 2020 it was toppled by demonstrators and rolled into the harbour, leaving this empty plinth. The middle area's toilets and phone boxes have long gone. It's now an electric scooter parking spot. The place where the statue of Anglo-Irish statesman and philosopher Edmund Burke stands, and a large bus stop. The final third is bordered by a new road cutting across to and from Baldwin Street, with access from the city centre strictly restricted to one lane via a bus gate. And at the far end, where Neptune used to be, Cascade Steps. It's here there'll be more changes, with work due to start in early 2025. Filling in the 3 sunken fountain areas that no longer work. They'll be covered with a new surface extending over the old fountains and the wooden decking. Building platforms over 3 sets of steps to make it easier for street traders to set up their stalls. Replacing 5 mature London plane trees that have outgrown their planters with more suitable trees. And repairing the damaged planters and paving. So,